This is Afternoons with Sonia.
Sonia.
891 ABC Adelaide and across South Australia and Broken Hill.
Well, in our Producers Challenge today, Eve from Belair also came up with a question that provoked some interest. This is Eve's question.
It's about bruising perfume. I've heard that when you spray your wrists, you're not allowed to dab your wrists with the perfume on because people say it bruises the perfume. And I want to know, what does that mean?
What does that mean, in fact? Well, who better to answer a question like that than a perfumer herself? Ambrosia Jones is owner of Perfume by Nature in Byron Bay. Good afternoon to you.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you, Ambrosia. Perfume needs to be treated delicately from the sounds of things.
Well, no, it's actually not true at all. It's one of the many, many myths that have been circulating for a long time. Perfume, for some reason or other, seems to have collected a whole heap of myths and dreams and ideas, which just makes it sound a little bit more mystical and magical and secretive.
And it's not that complicated, you reckon?
Well, it is, but not when it comes to that sort of thing. It's actually a really, really good idea to rub your wrists together because the warmth that you create through the friction on your body actually makes the perfume evaporate better, so you get a much better sense of the smell.
Ah.
So it's actually a really good thing to do with perfume.
So that and heat, isn't it? I was told that you should always spray perfume in areas where the warmer parts of the body so that can get that smell out there.
Yeah, well, that's the whole idea with wearing perfume.
So we're talking about rubbing it together. Is that a process of spreading it around? Is that of creating that heat? Or what is it doing by rubbing your wrists together?
Well, it does two things. First of all, it makes the alcohol, which is the base for most perfumes, evaporate quicker, so you get a sense of the actual smell itself rather than just the alcohol base that it's in. And then also the warmth makes the scent molecules evaporate better so that you can smell them more intensely too.
So are you actually sort of changing the smell as such by rubbing it, or are you just enhancing it?
You're just enhancing it. You don't change it at all.
But if you were just to spray and not rub, would that come with time, for instance? After a certain time you would get the same effect or not?
Yeah, you'd get the same effect after a while.
Yeah. So where are the best places to spray perfume? Or dab
pretty
perfume?
Much anywhere on your body where somebody else is going to smell it. It depends, of course, what type of perfume you're actually using. A lot of modern artificial perfumes tend to be pretty overwhelming, and people tend to just about bathe in them nowadays, which can be pretty offensive to a lot of people too. Within perfumery, there's also a smaller niche group, which I belong to as well, the natural perfumers who are using botanical ingredients the way perfume used to be made. And the natural perfumes tend to sort of stay a lot closer to the body. They're not designed to really throw as strongly as a lot of more modern perfumes are. And with those perfumes, it's really nice to put them in places where people who are close to you are actually going to smell them. I mean, if you're going out for a great date in the evening, it's really, really nice to put it on the side of your neck, on the inside of your armpits, anywhere really intimate that you would like somebody to actually snuggle up and sniff. So.
Mm-hmm. In the olden days, but in the movies, they used to put it behind the ear.
Yeah,
I don't hear people talking about that nowadays. So is that just a fad or is that a good idea?
Well, if you want somebody to nuzzle your earlobe, it's a great place to put it.
Is it particularly potent as far as getting that aroma out, though?
Oh, yeah.
It is it?
If you think about it, we tend to want to apply perfume to places where there's a good blood flow, which is why the wrists are very good, but also the side of the neck, because you've got two major arteries literally sort of behind your earlobe and going up the side of your neck.
If it's about heat, is there any value in spraying perfume on your clothes, as some people do?
It's a very good idea because the perfume lasts that way very, very well. You will often find the perfumes will last for quite a few days if you spray them on your clothes, whereas if you put them on your skin, A, they'll evaporate more quickly because of the heat, but also because your skin tends to change the oils fairly frequently, and you have showers and things, you wash it back off again. The scent will disappear a lot quicker, whereas it will last on clothing. I mean, it's a lovely thing to do, to spray on your pillows, or if your lover's going away for a week, to put a squirt of your perfume on one of the shirts that he's going to wear, so he's going to remember you by the smell.
Oh, I must admit, I think it should work the other way because I'm particularly partial to a man that smells good, I must say. Eve asked originally about whether touching the wrists bruises the perfume. You said no, but is there any way that you can bruise perfume. Is that even
No.
is that a correct concept at all?
No, it's not.
Okay, so it's not just the wrist. You can never bruise perfume.
No, you can't.
Oh, isn't that a relief?
Well, if you think about it, I mean, if you look at modern aromatherapy, if you're using essential oils in a massage oil, you'd think that you'd be destroying the oils if you use them in a massage oil.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. Now, a couple of questions that are coming through about perfumes from people who are interested. First of all, what is meant by notes in a perfume?
It means a variety of different things. Each perfume is made up of a variety of different scent layers. You have top notes, which are the really, really light smells that you smell when you first sniff a perfume. Then you have the mid notes, which come out after maybe half an hour. And then you have the base notes, which are the things which tend to come out after the other ones have evaporated. And you tend to split them into things like really, really light florals, light citrusy bits, which tend to be the top notes. Then you have the deeper florals, and the more herby things, which are in the mid notes. And then you have the really, really deep base notes, which are the musks and the sandalwoods and vetiver and things like that. Then you also have notes which are used to describe a perfume. If you read the descriptions of most modern perfumes, they will say vanilla, orchid and coconut, which doesn't mean that there's any vanilla, orchid or coconut in the perfume. It just means that there are some chemicals in the perfume which actually mimic those scent notes.
Mm. Okay, okay. I think we're getting the idea of what a note is. And I think this is a question that many of us would like answered. Why do perfumes smell different on different people?
Two different reasons. Again, there's a difference between the natural components and the artificial aroma chemicals. Artificial aroma chemicals tend to react to our body chemistry, and so you will often find a lot of modern perfumes will smell quite different from one person to the other because they've literally reacted to the ingredients in your skin.
And so what's that a result of? That's the salt that your body pushes out and various other things, isn't it?
And the acidity of your skin,
right, okay.
Yeah, which will vary quite strongly from person to person. And the other part of it is also that, going back to the notes, since you have top, middle and base notes, different people have their own, well, everybody has their own basic body smell, and you will find that different parts of the perfume will blend in with that person's own base scent, if that makes any sense.
So it's about complementing what is your own body smell and not competing with it.
That's right. So you'll find that some perfumes just literally don't fit to that person, and so you'll get this almost conflicting sort of smell which comes through. Or if they find a perfume that really, really suits them, it smells absolutely amazing on them because it blends very well with their own basic scent.
Well, I guess we can compare it like you have tones in colour and that makes some colours not right for some people.
Exactly.
You've got tones of smell.
That's right.
Yeah, well, it's a science in itself, really. But I thank you very much for talking with us at short notice to answer Eve's question today. And
no problem.
You will go down in history having Amy's vote, Amy, the producer's vote, as the best named guest on our program ever.
Oh, thank you.
Ambrosia Jones, thank you very much for talking with us today. Perfumer and owner of Perfume.